Guys, a demon just spoke through Tony Braxton, and I'm shook.
Okay, I gotta call you back. I'm about to have Bible study.
Why?
Cause I'm saved. I don't know about
Well,
church.
not church.
Just my
Holy,
faith. Because I'm a person that don't go to church.
Right.
You know?
Tamar Braxton has just set off a storm within her family, and the internet is going wild. She's not simply responding to the drama, but has exposed what she describes as her sister's sinister attempts to pull her into a cult. The deeper you dive into this situation, the more unsettling it becomes. Before I get into all the details, let me give you some context. This is a family raised in the church, who made their name with gospel music before they skyrocketed to R&B stardom. But when faith transforms into control and sisterhood turns into manipulation, things take a darker turn. The rumors really picked up when Tamar went live, sharing that she was preparing for a Bible study to fight off what she believed were witchcraft and demons in her life. But rather than receiving support, her sister Tony shot back with a shocking response, questioning the Bible's legitimacy and criticizing its author, calling him a racist white man.
And I read the word. Because it's important to know the word. How else we gonna ban all these demons and witchcraft? How else you gonna do it?
There are other books.
Girl, get off of my phone, girlfriend. Get off of my phone. I'll call you back.
I mean, that book was written by a racist white
Girl, goodbye, girl. I'll call you in an hour.
It's not like Tony's been casually throwing shade online. Let that sink in. This isn't some random internet troll. It's Tony Braxton publicly dismissing the Bible while her sister is trying to rely on faith. For a family that has always marketed themselves as devout, that comment felt like a slap in the face. And let's be honest, scripture warns about this kind of thing. 1 Timothy 4 verse 1 talks about how some will abandon their faith and follow deceiving spirits. Fans were quick to reference this, praying for Tony's heart to turn back, especially since she grew up with a praying grandmother. But things take a darker turn here, because this isn't just one shady comment. Tamar's been dropping hints for months about fighting something far greater, forces pulling her into a world she doesn't want to be a part of. If you pay attention, her shaved head breakdown on Big Brother, the cryptic butterfly outfits, one-eyed magazine covers, and even the animal print symbolism, fans are convinced she's fighting against industry handlers trying to control her through MK Ultra-like tactics. They linked her shaved head moment to classic initiation signs, comparing her to celebrities like Miley Cyrus and Kanye West, who both went through public breakdowns during their career shifts. They noted how the butterfly and one-eyed symbolism connected to MK Ultra, and reminded everyone that Tamar herself admitted to having a near-death blackout with no memory of what happened. This is where the cult talk really comes in. Tamar isn't just speaking about demons metaphorically, she's claiming there's a spiritual war in her family, with her sisters possibly being on the other side. And it gets worse. Just a few weeks later, Tamar revealed she woke up in a pool of her own blood with missing teeth and no memory of how she ended up there. This wasn't just a random accident. Fans are drawing connections, questioning if this was a warning, setup, or retaliation for speaking out. Before I show you her chilling hospital pictures, you need to understand why this feels so real. When you consider the Braxtons' religious background, the sudden pushback against faith, and Tamar almost losing her life out of nowhere, it paints a far darker picture than just sibling drama. Let's break this down, because you haven't heard the full story yet. So, let's rewind. Tony's Bible comment didn't just come out of nowhere. The Braxtons were raised in a home where church wasn't just a Sunday thing, it was a way of life. Their father was a preacher, their mother ran the choir, and from the very start, faith was supposed to hold the family together. But when Tamar mentioned Bible study on her life to strengthen herself, it looks like Tamar Braxton has just dropped a bombshell on her family, and the internet is going wild. She's not just firing back at the drama, she's unveiling what she calls her sister's sinister plot to drag her into a cult. The more you dig into it, the darker it gets. But before diving into the details, let's set the scene. Tamar and her sisters grew up in the church, making a name for themselves with gospel music before transitioning into R&B stardom. But when faith turns into control and sisterhood morphs into manipulation, things start to look pretty bleak. The rumors gained momentum when Tamar went live and talked about doing a Bible study to fight off witchcraft and demons in her life. Instead of support, her sister Tony hit her with a shocking response, questioning the Bible itself, saying it was written by racist white men. That comment sent shockwaves, not just because of what Tony said, but because of who said it. Tony Braxton, known for her gospel roots before venturing into R&B, publicly undermining her sister's faith while Tamar is trying to fight off what she believes to be spiritual forces. For fans who grew up watching Braxton family values, this felt bigger than just sibling rivalry. it seemed like a line in the sand. If you dig into Toni's own words, the shift in her attitude makes a lot of sense. In her memoir, Unbreak My Heart, Toni revealed that the Braxton family faced religious extremism. She recounted how they were forced into strict religious rules: no pants until age 14, no movies, no secular music. She even confessed to faking speaking in tongues to prove she was saved. Over time, Toni became resentful of religion, associating it with guilt and judgment rather than peace. She admitted that the rules stifled her and later questioned if God was punishing her for choices like her abortion and her son's diagnosis with autism. So when you look at her dismissing Tamar's Bible study, it's not just about faith, it's about control. Fans started speculating whether Toni is just disagreeing with Tamar's faith or actively pulling her away from it. And that's where Tamar's talk of a cult starts to ring louder. A cult isn't just robes and symbols, it's manipulation, isolation, and convincing someone that their instincts are wrong, so they rely completely on the group. Tamar's been hinting that this is happening to her. On one side, she's posting Bible verses like Proverbs 31, celebrating strong women. On the other side, her sisters block her calls, dismiss her prayers, and only appear when cameras are rolling. Tamar even revealed that Toni only answers her texts during filming while staying in constant contact with the other sisters. That's not just distance, that's exclusion. Tamar has described how she's been made to feel like an outsider in her own family. Just earlier this year, Toni tried to wish Tamar a happy birthday, but Tamar accused her of gaslighting because Toni had been secretly blogging negative things about her. Tamar has long been involved in drama and controversy. But if you're in her shoes, coming from a family that forced religion on you as a child, only for it to be mocked as an adult, it's painful. Add to that the grief of losing her sister Tracy, and instead of family unity, she feels silenced and made the scapegoat. With Toni's jab at the Bible and Wanda's cold shoulder, it's no wonder Tamar feels like she's being pulled into something darker than family drama. It's a combination of religious extremism, rejection of scripture, and isolation tactics. This isn't just dysfunctional family behavior, it feels like a deliberate plan to pull her into something she doesn't believe in. But here's the twist: just as Tamar began speaking out, her life took a dangerous turn. She went from sharing scriptures on Instagram to waking up in a pool of her own blood with injuries she can't explain. Fans are now questioning whether this is an accident, a warning, or even retaliation for her speaking out. Tamar revealed that she almost died, with a fractured nose, missing teeth, and limited mobility. The most chilling part? She admitted she has no memory of what happened. This wasn't her first brush with unexplained danger. Back in 2020, she was hospitalized after a suspected overdose, later admitting she tried to take her own life due to feeling trapped. But this time, it doesn't look like pills, it looks like violence. Tamar's injuries don't just happen out of nowhere. Tamar later teased something big was coming, hinting at the truth, but still holding back. Was this all a publicity stunt for a new project, or is something darker at play? With all the drama surrounding her, it's clear that Tamar's story is far from over, and fans can't help but wonder if the truth will ever fully come to light. Tamar Braxton just unleashed a bombshell on her family, and the internet is erupting. She's not merely defending herself against drama, she's revealing what she claims are her sister's dark intentions to pull her into a cult. The more you delve into it, the more sinister it seems. Let's first set the stage. This family, raised in the church, built their name on gospel music, and later became icons in R&B. But things took a dark turn when faith became a tool for control, and sisterhood became manipulation. The rumors began swirling when Tamar went live, talking about doing a Bible study to fight off witchcraft and demons. Instead of offering support, her sister Toni responded harshly, saying the Bible was written by racist white men. That comment hit hard, not only because of what was said, but also because of who said it. Toni Braxton, who built her career on gospel, was openly dismissing her sister's faith while Tamar was claiming she was battling dark spiritual forces. For fans of Braxton family values, this felt bigger than sibling drama. It was a significant shift in their relationship. It's not just family dysfunction, it feels like a deliberate plan to pull her into something she doesn't believe in. And here's the plot twist. Just as Tamar started speaking out, her life took a dangerous turn. She went from talking about scriptures on Instagram to waking up in a pool of her own blood, with no memory of how she got there. Fans are questioning whether this was an accident, a warning, or even retaliation for speaking out. Tamar herself revealed she had a fractured nose, missing teeth, and limited mobility, and the most chilling part was that she had no memory of what happened. This wasn't Tamar's first brush with unexplained danger. In 2020, She was hospitalized after a suspected overdose, later admitting she tried to take her own life due to feeling trapped. But this time, it looks like violence, not pills. Fans immediately connected the dots, especially after Tamar's close friend Funky Deneva revealed that she had texted him after the accident, asking for a dentist contact because she lost 4 teeth. Funky admitted he didn't help but said the detail raised suspicions. Why was Tamar asking for a dentist instead of a doctor? Things got even more intense when witnesses claimed to have seen Tamar getting close with Mendez Harris at Atlanta's V12 Lounge just hours before the incident. Were they involved? Or was it something orchestrated behind the scenes? Tamar later teased that something big was coming, hinting at the truth but still holding back. Was this all just a PR stunt for a new project, or is something darker at play? The timing and drama are certainly suspicious. This story is far from over. Tamar has hinted at a much bigger revelation, and fans are eagerly waiting to see if she finally spills the truth. Could this be the moment that changes everything we thought we knew about the Braxtons and Hollywood? Let me know what you think in the comments below.